Hey there, this is Adam White, founder of Adam White Speaks and creator of Adam White University. And I wanted to come on today and talk to you about 5 things to learn from loss. I'm going to give you 5 teaching tips today that you can learn from loss. Why am I talking about loss? I'm talking about loss because just less than 2 weeks ago on 2/20/21, I lost my father. It was a personal loss. You know, my father was my hero. My work ethic and how I am as a person today, even as a man, all came from the development years of my father and the hero that he was in my life. So I thought it was a perfect time to talk about 5 things that you can learn from loss. And think about this. It's not just a lesson or lessons that is designed for the death of someone in our lives, but it also means death to certain systems and situations and things in our life. We're facing this COVID, and we're facing these disruptive changes in our organization. So this lessons that I'm going to share with you is not just to apply if you've had the death of a loved one, but it's talking about 5 lessons from loss in general and how we can bounce back from those losses. So I want to dive right in and talk to you and give you again 5 keys, 5 lessons that you can learn from loss. Here's lesson number 1. Death and loss creates life. Oh man, this is an interesting concept to understand. Don't miss what I'm saying. Death and loss is the ability for life to be created. Death creates new life and new inspiration. Sometimes we won't become inspired to do something new until first the old things in our lives have already died. So don't be misled. We see death sometimes as only negative, or I've lost something in my life. How can I get it back? What am I going to do now? My dad is gone. He's passed away. How am I going to live now? How am I going to move forward? I'm overridden with grief. I've lost a job or income. How am I going to overcome? So listen, death is not just negative. You got to see the outcome of death. Sometimes things in our lives have to die in order for new life and new inspiration to come to us. That's a powerful thing. The next point I want you to get out of this lesson is death can be to a system, to an old way of doing things, or to an outdated mindset. Please don't miss this, because sometimes before we can develop that new mindset we need, we have to let the old one die. We've been doing things the same old way over and over. We're not willing to make any changes or adjustments. And here comes the death of a system. Here comes a COVID that sweeps across our planet. And all of a sudden, the way we were doing things, we cannot do them any longer. So death now comes to say, it is death to our system. It is death to our old way of doing things. But what it does, it births new lives. Because once something has died in our life, we have to find a way to move on. We have to find a way to get back up and try something new. So innovation and creativity actually comes out of death, not life. We're not inspired to do anything more. We don't have any creative ability. We barely want to get up and make it to work or make it to do business every day. But all of a sudden, when death comes along, when loss comes, it teaches us that we have lost something valuable. So now we have got to find a new way to cope, a new way to deal with things. So don't miss that second part. Here's the third part in lesson 1. Plants die in winter, but are reborn in the spring. Oh man, don't miss this, because this is a season. This is a season lesson. This is what I call a lesson in the laws of this planet. We can use nature and animals as our guide to learn from. So don't miss this. Plants die in the winter, but they are reborn in the summer. Now, you may not live in a winter state, but I live here in Michigan, and we have all 4 seasons. And I have watched in my garden and outside plants that were once bustling and were once blooming and have vegetation and they were growing in the summer. When winter season comes and that snow begins to fall, it kills out those plants. And it looks like, man, at one time it's a barren land. You can't see the plants anymore because they're covered by snow. But the beauty is that plants, although they die in winter, they come back again in spring. So I want you to see death, not that just something that has died in my life. I didn't just see my father's death as just a death, but I see it as an opportunity for some new ideas and new concepts, some new motivation, some new inspiration to go forward in life and not let his death be the death of my own dreams or the death of my own aspirations and goals. So listen, we'll take away this lesson from nature. Plants die in winter, but they come back to life in the spring. So powerful. Let me give you lesson 2. Lesson 2 on learning from loss is this. Resilience emerges from loss. Don't miss this. Resilience emerges from loss. It gives you a mindset to say, I can get through this. You know, when I lost my dad and I got the news just 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning at 10:30 in the morning, my father took his last breath. It was difficult, and I said, I've got to find a way to get through this. It hurts to lose someone that you love and know that I'll never hear the voice of my father again. He was my biggest fan. He loved my last book, Cracked But Not Broken. He read it page after page and talked about how proud he was of me and my sisters and my mom. And so I had to develop a resilient mindset to say, I can't let this stop me from writing another book. I can't let this stop me from speaking to another audience. So I had to develop this mindset. I can get through this. And that's what you have to do. You might be facing a death or loss in your organization, or death and loss in your family. But listen, it allows resilience to emerge in you, and you can take the attitude, I can get through this and get to it, the next thing. So don't miss that. The second point is, I can bounce back. When loss comes, it sets us back sometime. Our schedule changes. You know, I wasn't speaking during that window of grief to get through my dad's loss. So I was silent on social media. I was silent with organizations. I had to go through that period. But now I say it's time to bounce back. This video is a bounce back to say, I'm not going to stop reaching out and impacting the lives of others. I've honored Dad in his death and in his life, but I've got to move forward. And now I can honor my father with the work that I will do now, even in a greater way. So the lesson here is that resilience emerges from loss, and it lets us develop a bounce back mindset. It's time to get back to work. It's time to get back to your dreams. It's time to get back to your purpose. You can bounce back from loss. Next one says, I have courage I didn't know I had. Oh my goodness, this is for somebody right now. You might be going through a tough spot in your life, through loss or through death or through job changes. Listen, it pulls something out of you. You have courage that you didn't know you had inside. And that courage would never be seen until you were placed in a crisis situation, until you were placed with loss, until you were placed with death. So don't miss this point right here. The lesson 2, resilience emerges from loss. It means it develops a courage. You have courage inside of you that you didn't even know you had. So powerful. This next one is, I have strength I didn't know I had. So not only do I get a new courage out of death and loss, but also a new strength can emerge. Isn't that what resilience is? That my strength may have been weak at one time, but now I can bounce back and develop some new strength. So now I'm going to be strong for Dad. I'm going to honor him and the life that he lived and give my best and continue to do my best because I'm honoring my father. It is creating new strength in me that I didn't know I had. That's for you today, my friend. Let me give you lesson 3 now. Lesson 3 in loss is a new purpose and meaning are found. 2 things happen after loss and death knocks at our door. It creates the opportunity. It clears out and levels the playing field in our life and allows us to find a new purpose and a new meaning. And the first point is, loss helps me to reprioritize. You know, sometimes we can get distracted. We're focused on the wrong things. We're not valuing the right things in our life or the right people in our life. But when loss comes, it allows us to find a new meaning. It allows us to reprioritize our life. So there's nothing wrong. Sometimes we get things out of alignment or our priorities are misaligned. But here comes loss. And now it's an opportunity to find that purpose and meaning and reprioritize our life. That's a good thing. The next thing is, loss helps me to refocus. Maybe you've lost your focus today, my friend. Maybe all of the things that are going on in your world and in your space and in your company, in your home, in your relationships, it has allowed you to get distracted. But it's time to get your focus back. You need to refocus so you can get back on track and make new goals. You can make new progress. So loss comes when that new purpose and meaning is found. It means I have an ability now to refocus on what's important in my life. So important. The next one is, loss helps me place value on the most important things. Have you been valuing the wrong things, my friend? Have you been looking for the wrong affirmations and approvals and opinions from others? It's time to place the value back on what's most important in your life. Are you focused on what others are doing and not your goals? Are you listening to all of the voices externally through Clubhouse and through social media, and you have lost your own voice, your own focus? Listen, it's time to get back. So now death and loss comes, stress comes, crisis comes to allow you now to say, let me get back to what is important in my life so I don't get distracted. So important. Now let me give you lesson 4 from death and loss. Dirt is used in a grave and in a garden. It's the same dirt. Watch this. It's not the dirt, but how you choose to use the dirt. My friend, the same dirt that is used in a grave to bury your dreams, to bury a loved one in a cemetery, is the same dirt that is used to cultivate new flowers and new growth. Please don't miss this. One of the most powerful lessons I have learned from loss. And here's the next point. COVID is that dirt in our lives. Disruptive changes is the dirt in our life. You know, COVID has come to throw dirt on your dreams, dirt on your passion, dirt on your goals. It has canceled your plans. It has caused you to feel like you're not going to make progress, or you're confused. What do I do now? But listen, that dirt, you can use it to bury your dreams and bury yourself, or you can take that dirt and begin to plant new flowers, new ideas, new concepts. So this is a beautiful lesson. Lesson 4, dirt is used. The same dirt is used in a grave and is used in a garden. Will it bury you, or will it grow your garden? Let me ask you a question, my friend. Will this time and season in your life, will it bury you, or will it allow you to grow a new garden? That's what I decided to do when my father passed away just 2 weeks ago on 2/20/21. I could have allowed that death of my father to bury me, to bury my dreams. I said, you know, I'm giving up on Adam White Speaks. I'm closing Adam White University. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to sit home in my own pity party, feel sorry for myself, and cry and weep. No, I'm not going to let it bury me. I'm going to take the same dirt that had to bury dead. I'm going to use that dirt to build a new garden of hope and faith and inspiration, and do great things to make sure that his life is celebrated. So powerful. The next one says, when you stay, will you stay at the cemetery or move to the garden? Will you stay in the cemetery of life, or will you advance and say, I'm not going to stay around death? I'm not going to stay around people who are talking death to my dreams and pulling me down, and I'm always rehearsing the same old story. I'm not going to stay at the cemetery, the death of everything that went wrong in my life, but I'm going to move to the garden. I'm going to take that same dirt. I'm going to plant some rutabagas. I'm going to plant some tomatoes. I'm going to plant some roses and flowers, and I'm going to create my perfect garden so I can move forward in life. So powerful. Now, let me give you lesson number 5. Lesson number 5 says this: time is our most important asset. My friend, if I have learned something from death, from watching my father touching his body after he had left this, after his spirit and soul had left out of his body, it was just a limped body. In fact, that speaking of dirt, the body actually returns back to the dirt. We're made of 3 parts: our mind, our body, and our spirit. The body returns back to the dirt. And so when dead spirit left his body, I saw a limp body, and I learned something very valuable. It is not money, my friend. It is time that is your most important asset. The lesson is, we can always make more money, but what we can't get more of is more time. You always have the ability to make. Don't be, I'm grinding, I'm chasing, I got to get this bag. Listen, money is not the most important asset in your life. It is time. Because when you run out of time, you can't make any more money. The value should be on how you are spending your time, not just how much money you make. Don't miss that lesson. The next lesson is, psychologists have said this: we only use 10% of our true human potential. That means we die with the 90. My friend, will you die with 90% of the potential still inside you? We have 10% we only tap, but there's so much more you can do. Are there books still inside you? Are there paintings unpainted? Are there dreams still inside you? Is there a business that you have not started? Well, that's what death and loss do. It opens your eyes to see, I only have a limited amount of time. If you look at that slide, that is the sands of time. When they run out, have you used your time to the best use? Have you tended to the gift that God has sowed in your heart? Have you fulfilled the purpose for your life? This is so important on lesson 5. It is not money as we think, my friend. It is not influence. Our time is our most important asset. So listen, don't run out of time. Don't contribute to the wealth of the cemetery. You know, the wealthiest place in the world is not the oil fields of Iraq. It is not somewhere in Abu Dhabi, the tallest building in the world, if you were to go to the top of that. But that's not where the wealthiest place is, my friend. The wealthiest place in the world is the local cemetery. Business plans that were never started, books that were never written, dreams that were never fulfilled, ideas and concepts that never went to completion, business plans that never even started. My friend, will you contribute to the wealth of the cemetery? Will you chase money and not produce any results in your life? Will you chase the wrong things, chase the wrong people, and at the end of your life, like dead, when you are a limp body and your spirit and soul has left your body, what will you have left over? What will you have left for the next generation, for your family, for what legacy for your family? This is what it's all about. So I don't want you to miss lesson 5 I'm teaching from loss, is that don't run out of time and don't be one that will contribute to the cemetery. Fulfill every purpose and dream in your life and do what your Creator has called you to do. Man, this is such a powerful lesson. Listen, if you've enjoyed this teaching, I know that it's probably added some value to your life, these 5 lessons. And if you enjoy these types of teaching, the first thing I want to offer to you, of those that have conferences where you're looking for virtual speakers or live speakers as the country is opening back up, I want you to partner with me, and I want you to reach out to me at adamwhitespeaks.com and feel free to reach out. I would love to partner with your company and bring wonderful presentations and teachings in to empower your staff or your association members. So please take a look and take a look at the testimonials on my website and just hear what other organizations and companies have said about Adam White Speaks. I will be delighted to come and speak to your staff or your organization and make an impact on your people. So check us out at adamwhitespeaks.com. I also encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you can get more great teachings. Deliver right an email that says, hey, we got a new teaching out for you and we want to celebrate it and share it with you. So make sure you join that. The next thing I want to offer is for you to join Adam White University. Listen, for less than the price of a Starbucks coffee you're drinking every day, for less than the price of a coffee, you can join Adam White University and get wonderful programs and teachings like this delivered right to your members area. Every single month we deliver 1 to 2 training programs, more powerful. This was only a test 20 minutes, but we offer more than an hour or more, an hour or 2 of teaching every month right to your members there. So I invite you to go out and check out Adam White University. In Adam White University, we have 7 schools that we're teaching from: the Business and Marketplace School, the Leadership School, the Entrepreneurship School, the Personal and Professional Development School, the Speaker and Author School. If you're a speaker, you're trying to become a professional speaker and author, we've got a brand new site we're going to be talking about that helps authors to write their manuscript and publish their book and design their cover and do audio books. We got you covered there. The Spiritual Development School, and finally the Kingdom Influence School. So 7 schools in there full of content and teaching that will empower your life in every area of your life. And here's some of the areas that we talk about. We develop you in your mindset and belief, in leadership, wellness, management, personal development, self-esteem, developing your human potential. How about critical thinking skills? We need that in this time and season. Or the power of resilience, how to manage change or build confidence. How about speaker training? So many areas. These are the areas that we talk about and train in Adam White University. You cannot afford not to become a part. I invite you to go over. We'll put links below in this video to go over and check out Adam White. Again, for less than the price of a cup of coffee, I invite you to join Adam White University. Join the community, be a part of our family. You can see the wonderful pictures that I've literally spoken all over the country, making an impact in the lives of others. And these are the members also of Adam White University that are getting great teachings similar to this every single day. I also want to invite you to go out to our success store and purchase my books. We've got all of our wonderful books in both audio and digital formats. So you can go out and download the ebook. We'll send you an email with the downloadable right in your email. You can read any one of my books, Cracked But Not Broken, Made for Greatness, or Leader Others Will Follow, as well as an audio version. If you're on the go, you're a busy professional, you're working out, exercising, you don't have time to read a book, listen, I got you covered. Go check out our audio books. We have done the audio version, so you will get a download of those audio versions. You can also find it on Amazon, iTunes, and Kindle. So we're very delighted to present and release our audio and digital versions of my 3 best-selling books. So listen, I'd love to see you in one of those locations. So thank you again for your time. I hope you enjoyed these 5 lessons to learn from loss. Make sure you reach out and share it with someone else. Someone might need to hear these lessons. They're going through a tough time in life, or maybe they need to join Adam White University and get some training and development, or purchase a book that will inspire their life. However I can serve you, that's what I'm here to do. I thank you for your time. Until next time, I'll see you later. This is Adam White. Take care.